Hello, everybody. This is Yabi from Dad Hub PH. I am an award winning photographer, a married man to my wife, Roch, and a father to my three children. So, just a quick backstory why I'm making this podcast. So, I got married back 2013, tama, no? At the start of our marriage, like many newlyweds, we promised na si God ang center of our marriage. After mawala yung honeymoon phase, nawala rin yung promise na yun. And we got lost along the way. And fortunately, I cheated twice on her, and my wife got really busy with her work, and we grew apart. One day, I wanted to start mending our marriage, so I joined the feast. It took about a year before we actually joined the community, and we joined the like group, which is a small support group for couples, and began serving there as well. We also joined this couples retreat called Lux, which was really a big help. It truly reignited our marriage. Of course, there are trials along the way, but we are stronger and wiser. And that brings me to the real reason why I began this podcast. It's because marriage or fatherhood has no manual, wala siyang instructions. So many couples, husbands, and dads get lost. This will be a guide if you wish to call it that, but for all I know, it's all based on what I've been through the years of marriage and fatherhood. We'll tackle topics about communication, forgiveness, finance, fatherhood, and anything in between. So I hope you enjoy the podcast and don't forget to hit that follow and subscribe to the channel. And if you want me to talk about a certain topic, feel free to comment down below. Okay? And before I forget, quick commercial muna tayo. Do check out my Facebook page, facebook.com RealDadHubPH, where I post gift ideas for dads. So, pwede nyo itag yung mga asawa nyo dun pag may gusto kayong pabili or para sa birthday nyo or whatever occasion that may be. I'd like to talk about how husbands can prevent being mataray to their wives and kids. Bigyan ko kayong situation Sometimes, pagod ka na sa work, pagod ka na sa visit mong boss, pagod ka na sa pagdadrive sa matinding traffic. Tapos pag uwi mo, hindi ka pa nakapagpahinga, kinukulit ka na ng mga anak mo kasi syempre na-miss ka nila. Si Esme naman, may gusto pagawa sa'yo or may gustong ikwentong nangyari sa kanya. Tapos bigla ka ng pipitik at tatarayan mo sila. Nangyari na ba yun sa inyo mga daddy? Sa akin madalas yun Pero kasi mataray talaga akong tao. Mabilis uminit ulo ko sa mga maliliit na bagay, kaya bigla ko na lang nasisigawan yung minsan si misis or yung kiddos. Pero that's something I've been trying to work on. I call those knee-jerk reactions. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, ang knee-jerk reaction ay isang reaction or response that does not allow you time to consider something carefully. Yan yung hahampasin ka ng hammer ng doktor sa tuhod. Tapos itetest nun yung reflexes mo. Pag tumama yung hammer sa tuhod mo, sa specific area ng tuhod mo, tapos gumalaw siya, ibig sabihin okay yung reflexes mo, yung nerves mo, okay yan. Pag hindi, naku, may problema tayo dyan. Malaking problema yan sa marriages and even sa parenthood kasi I feel that it's something that builds up over time for the recipient, ergo yung asawa mo, anak mo, tapos sasabog na lang sila or it may traumatize them in the long run. I remember recently, almost every morning, my family and I take a quick car ride to buy pandesal dyan sa bakery. I usually use electronic payment to pay for the pandesal. But this particular morning, the usual QR code scan wouldn't work. So I tried the other way, which required a one-time password or yung OTP. And for some reason, ayaw din gumana. Hindi dumarating yung OTP, yung text message. Hindi dumarating. Nag-restart ako ilang beses na. Finally, dumating na yung mga text messages. Siyempre, expired na yun. So, hindi ko na magamit. So, sobrang frustrated na ako. Kasi nakakayang restart na ako, tas wala talaga, nothing was working. And siyempre, naiisip ko yung family ko, nagugutom na yun. Tapos, siyempre, ang dami ko pang kailangan gawin. Sakto naman, yung phone ng wife ko, na low actually, naubos yung battery kasi hindi na-charge the night before. Tapos I don't bring cash kasi usually nasa wife ko yun yung cash. And at that moment, iniwan niya yung wallet niya dun sa bahay. So you could just imagine yung frustration ko that time. So my wife suggested umuwi na lang kami to get her wallet, and then pag uwi namin, naalala ng asawa ko, nasa akin all along yung ATM card niya. So pwede sana akong tumawid lang dun sa bakery, papunta dun sa isang bangko, tapos makapag-withdraw na ako, then mababayaran ko na. Then, nung moment na sinabi niya yun, right there, I succumbed to the knee-jerk reaction and I really got angry at my wife. I didn't mean to pour out my frustration and anger at her. I didn't want to blame her for what was happening, but I just couldn't stop yung reaction na yun. I couldn't process quickly enough kung ano yung nararamdaman ko na doon. What made things worse for me was that as soon as we got home, my e-payment went through. So nabayaran ko na. Pero ang layo na namin sa bakery. So kinailangan ko pang bumalik dun. Well, balik kami sa bakery para i-pick up yung pandesal. So how do you fight something that doesn't give you time to consider something carefully? Before we talk about that, commercial muna tayo. Does your wife have a tough time thinking of a gift for you? I've talked to many wives about this, and they do agree that it's hard to find a gift for their husbands for whatever reason it may be. Good thing I made Dad Hub PH. It's a Facebook page where you can check out items that may be the perfect gift for your husband or your dad. If you're on the other end, you can also tag your wives. So, makita nila kung ano yung gusto mong iregalo nila sa'yo. It's my affiliate marketing gig. So, if you buy anything through the link, I will earn a small commission which I will use to grow this channel. It's legit, guys. So, check out facebook.com realdadhubph. All right? Okay, so back to the topic. How do you prevent knee jerk reactions? How do you fight something that doesn't give you time to consider something carefully? Number one, know your triggers. Number two, be aware. Number three, practice. These 3 points are key to prevent knee jerk reactions even in stressful situations. So, number one, know your triggers. Ano ba yung nakakapagpapitik sa'yo? Ano yung nakaka-trigger sa'yo? Ano ba yung ayaw mo na ginagawa ng pamilya mo? Bakit ayaw mo to? Kausapin mo sarili mo. It may sound silly but hindi masama kausapin yung sarili mo. Huwag lang gawin in public. Huwag lang gawin in public. But seriously, identify your triggers and reflect on it. Then it is highly recommended that you talk about this with your wife and your kids. Kasi most probably, hindi nila alam yung triggers mo at kung bakit ka natitrigger. Hindi sila manghuhula. More so, maybe a compromise can be done for your relationships. By talking about your vulnerabilities in front of your family, they in turn can also be more open to talk about theirs and create a closer relationship with each other. Win-win yun, di ba? Number two, be aware. You also need to be aware of your emotions as the conversation or event is happening. Catch yourself when you are about to let anger and frustration take over your mind and heart. Catch that thought, breathe, and then let it go. Parang napakadali, ano? But the truth is this. It's so hard to be aware since you're dealing with your emotions and inner demons. Not to mention your physical state. Kung pagod ka, you're not in a favorable condition to fight this. That's why we need to keep practicing, which is number three. We as husbands and fathers need to keep trying no matter what. Only through repetition and love can we change this habit. And of course, whenever we fail to catch ourselves and lash out on our family, we need to sit them down and apologize properly. Ang hirap nito. This is the hardest part for most husbands and fathers because of our innate pride. Ang hirap magpakakumbaba, lalo na sa harap ng asawa mo o sa mga anak mo. But this is something we need to do to mend our relationships and prevent traumas within the family, especially towards the kids. So, identify your triggers, be aware, and practice. And don't forget to apologize so you can change this damaging habit called the knee jerk reaction. I hope you learned something during this podcast. If you did, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on facebook.com/RealDadHubPH. Until the next one, you're a hero, Dad.